Lights are out. Santan Ford Pace truck in the infield. 25 laps the distance. Looking for the green flag at the cone. It's in the air. We're underway. And Ledbetter and Madrid will lead the field off of turn number 2 with Brian Ledbetter right now holding the advantage as him and Madrid both break away from the 0 star of Jonas Reynolds off of 4. They will be side by side. First lap goes to Madrid. Madrid lead lap number 1 over Brian Ledbetter. Then it's the 0 star of Jonas Reynolds in that 3rd spot. Then they're side by side for 4th. Ronald Webster, heat race winner earlier on, right now holding off the 7K of Bruce St. James. As Reynolds bikes it hard at the apex of 3 and 4, he'll go up the racetrack. We stay green though. He gets back in the gas. Car though very slow, working his way off of turn number 4. Yellow flag will come out. Sarah Madrid wants to get on the loud pedal. Catch Ledbetter sleeping, pulls out to about 5 car length advantage before they get into turn number 1. And Madrid, he'll continue to yard the 7-0H of Brian Ledbetter as Bruce St. James slips up in front of the 25W Webster. Moves St. James to that 3rd spot. St. James showing some speed here in the early portion of tonight's main event as they go 3 wide outside of the top 10 as one car way on the racetrack. Justin Kears, hang on to it, buddy. Almost made contact with the ball for turn number 2 as Madrid leads. Here with 21 laps to go. He has a 1.5 second advantage over Brian Ledbetter. And then it's another 6 car lengths back to Bruce St. James. 10 back to Ronald Webster. With Johnny Shelton rounding out your top 5. The Prez, Josh Shipley, he's moved up to that 6th spot as Aaron Hernandez now going to put the pressure on him, trying to take it back. But Shipley drives off at turn number 4 by about 3 car lengths over that red 72 of Hernandez. As Shipley's starting to reel in now the 9 machine of Shelton. Shelton, though, with a good drive off at turn number 2 that time. He's going to look underneath the 25 dub of Webster. Can't quite do anything with Webster. He'll continue to be scored in the 4th position as Shipley now underneath Johnny Shelton as one car going up in smoke down the front straightaway. Right in front of the 22G of Aaron Jones. That is the 10 of Eugene Thomas. Eugene Thomas, talked to him earlier in the pits, says thought he finally had the issues worked out, but you see a bunch of smoke pouring out of the backside of the number 10 machine of Thomas. But he continues to race on. We stay green as Zach Madrid whips around the lap car of Brian Chamberlain. Brian Ledbetter is actually starting to reel in that number 3 of Madrid. It was a 1.5 second lead, now down to about half a second is the lead Madrid has over Ledbetter. As those 2 drivers have been the class of the field. Bruce St. James scored in that 3rd spot. He'll get around Chamberlain now off of 4. So clear racetrack as see the fire just come out of the backside of the 10 down the back straightaway. That car has grenaded. Tough break for Eugene Thomas. His night is done as Madrid starting to work over Patrick Krob. Put him 1 lap down. Had to go to the low side to attack the 3K of Krob. Ledbetter, he'll follow suit into turn number 1 and almost make a charge as we got 1 around in turn number 4. Looking for the green flag. It's in the air. We're back underway. And once again, Zach Madrid able to get on the loud pedal and drive away from Brian Ledbetter by about 4 car lengths as Bruce St. James pulls up to the inside of Ledbetter. Ledbetter about lost it off of turn number 2. Car lost, had a big slip of the grip off of turn number 2. Now he's trying to hold off the hard charge from the St. James and also reel in the 3 machine of Madrid. As Johnny Shelton lost a couple of spots on that lap. He just got passed by Aaron Jones. Now Justin Kears looking inside of him as they went 3 wide for a brief moment with Pete Yurkovich back in the 7th position as it's Madrid out front, followed by Ledbetter, St. James, Shipley in 4th. 5th is AJ Hernandez. 6th is Aaron Jones. And then 7th is Johnny Shelton in the number 9 car. As they come across the stripe, Zach Madrid starting to make that gap wider and wider between himself and the 7-0H of Brian Ledbetter. It's 1.6 seconds now, the advantage that Ledbetter has over Madrid. Bruce St. James about 4 car lengths behind Ledbetter as we got a couple of slow cars of Philip Daney and the 21C of Brian Chamberlain. Madrid will catch here momentarily. Last time Zach caught up to some lap cars, was a little hesitant on getting around him. That allowed Brian Ledbetter to make it a battle for the race lead. We'll see what happens here as Zach Madrid able to drive around the outside of the 8-8 of Philip Daney as well as the 21C of Chamberlain. Those 2 drivers giving the leaders all the respect and all the room. They're on that lap along with Ledbetter, who makes quick work of the two cars as well. Justin Kears pulls his car in the hot pit area. His night is done. Had a top 10 run going. As Madrid, Ledbetter, and St. James, your top three. They've cleared the lap car of the 21C of Brian Chamberlain. Bruce St. James with a bit of a bobble that time off of turn number 2. He sees that 708 getting smaller and smaller. And speaking of 708, he's starting to get bigger and bigger now in the rearview mirror of the number 3 machine of Zach Madrid, because he is closing the gap. He was 1.8 seconds behind. Now he's just a second behind your race leader, Zach Madrid. So it takes Ledbetter a couple laps to start hitting his mark, gets that car to finally creep in as one car spins around in turn number 2. It's the 7 of Wayne Siddle. Got all 4 wheels up off the ground, did the 7 machine of Siddle. Lost it. Murphy in 10th. Green flags in the air. We're back underway. So it takes a while for the 7-0H of Brian Ledbetter to get rolling, as right now he's side by side with Bruce St. James. That's the battle for second. St. James trying to clear him into 3. Can't quite do it. Ledbetter fights back on the top side of the racetrack as Johnny Shelton takes his car off racetrack, and Aaron Jones, who's running in 5th, has issues down in turns 3 and 4. He's very slow on the bottom side of the track. So trouble for the 22G of Aaron Jones. We'll see if he can get the car off the track. Looks like he will not be able to. Beaver stripes, yellow flag flies once more here for the 22G of Aaron Jones this time, who is running inside your top 5. Green flags in the air. We're back underway. And once again, it's going to be Madrid leading the field off of 2 as St. James trying to clear the 708 of Ledbetter. Can't quite do it as they race down the back straightaway. Now he will clear him into 3. Ledbetter, though, going to try to diamond off turn number 4. Here he goes all the way to the bottom of the racetrack, but St. James will be scored in second. At the line is Josh Shipley now. Look to the outside of Ledbetter. He slammed the door on him hard into turn number 1. Actually kind of had A.J. Hernandez behind him in the 72 get on the binders. About lost the 5th spot in the entire car going into turn number 1. As it's Madrid, St. James, Ledbetter, Shipley, your top 4. A.J. Hernandez is being scored in the 6th spot as Pete Yurkovich and Jonas Reynolds do battle for 6. Talk about an impressive run for Jonas Reynolds, who was running inside the top 5 when he brought out the first caution of the night, and he has already climbed his way all the way back up to 6, but right now trying to hang on to that spot over the 3 machine of Pete Yurkovich. Out front, it's Madrid showing the way. He'll get around the outside of the lap car, Philip Daney. Bruce St. James will do the same off of turn number 4. Brian Ledbetter, he'll follow suit as well. St. James right now 1.5 seconds behind your race leader, Zach Madrid, as Ledbetter goes all the way to the top side of the racetrack, throws up a gnarly rooster tail off of turn number 2, trying to find whatever moisture and traction he can in that 7-0H. Right now it is still Madrid out front, 3 to go in tonight's main event. He is starting to pull away from Bruce St. James. Almost had a full straightaway advantage that time down the back straightaway. So Madrid will lead him off of turn number 4. 15 car lengths the advantage over Bruce St. James. Here were 2 laps to go. Ledbetter in 3rd, 4th is Shipley, 5th is Hernandez. Reynolds right now being scored in 6th. Might make it a battle for that top 5 spot as the white flag flies for Zach Madrid, driving the number 3 machine for Tyler Most here tonight. He won the final IMCA modified main event ever at Arizona Speedway just 2 weeks ago. It's 1 car up and over. Red flag will fly. Along with the checkered flag, Zach Madrid will win as Brian Ledbetter goes up and over in turn number 2. Checkered flag flies, though, for Zach Madrid. He will win tonight's main event here at Arizona Speedway. For the LRE Racing Machine, and put your hands together for tonight's main event winner. Stock car, modified sprint car, doesn't matter. Zach Madrid, he'll do it all. He wins tonight's main event for the ASCS Southwest Series. Well, Zach, heck of a run for you here tonight, man. Had him covered, led all 30 laps, man. But, man, it was hard out there tonight.
Yeah, it's got a lot of character, that's for sure. Thinking halfway through that thing, I was like, man, this thing almost over. I'm tired.
Yeah, it looked like you were starting to wear out a little bit there when those caution flags were coming out, because Brian, you had him by about 1.5 seconds, but he was catching up to you, then trying to work your way through lap traffic. It's definitely the tricky part here, but everybody, those last couple restarts, seemed to get out of your way pretty easily.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. The lap cars did pretty good. Yeah, I seen Brian down there once or twice on those restarts, and I was like, if I just hold my line, I don't think he has enough to slide me. So it feels good to get another sprint car win.
Man, and how about that? It doesn't matter. We've seen you out here in a bomber, a stock car, a modified, a X-Mod. It doesn't matter, man. Sprint car, you win here at Arizona Speedway. How special is it just to get another win here the final season at Arizona Speedway?
Yeah, it sucks. This place is closed. It's my favorite racetrack. We went 2 for 2 in the sprint car this year here, and 10 for 10 in the stock car so far. We've won 4 modified shows, so it's not too bad.
Hey, and you still got another month and a half of racing left here, too.
Yeah, we're going to race all we can here for sure.
Well, definitely good to see you out, man. Obviously not your car, man. I know you got a lot of people out here you like to thank for making it all happen here tonight.
Yeah, I got to thank Mike and Tyler and Mike for working on the thing, and Ricky for coming out, my girlfriend Kenzie. My mom and dad drove from the fair after the figure eights to come watch the main. It's fun for sure. I can't thank all these guys enough. They all work their butts off in the pit.
All right, y'all give it up for Zach Madrid, tonight's main event winner. And also looking for the co-pilot. If you had a 3 on your ball, please make your way down here. Oh, yeah, we got the kid right over here. Yeah, we can just toss him down here. Hey, you mind helping get him down over here? So we'll get a victory lane photo.